O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show. This
So here's the putting green. See? There you go. Got two flags. One was over there where Cutter's Edge Pro. It's not coming out now. Come on. Come on, wind. Give me a little wind. No, unfortunately. But there you go. And this one says Big O here. There you go. So there's my putting green. About, I would say about 25 feet, something like that. I get to practice, have a little fun. See? And then, of course, we got, the bunkers. Got to have the bunkers, man. Got all kinds of bunkers there. You know what I'm saying? So that's a taste of our backyard. There's Maiden right there. Maiden. Bono, how you doing, Bono? Bono. He's a Carolina dog, by the way. These dogs are amazing. Their temperaments are awesome. But there is the Sylvester Palm, which is just beautiful. All right, call my guys, Will and Mike at Cutter's Edge Pro. They will take care of you. Dogs are not included, okay? Can't include the dogs. Those are mine. But the exceptional work, oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yes. Make your home an oasis. CuttersEdgePro.com. Go to their Instagram page, by the way, so you can see a lot of the before and after work that they do. And it is exceptional, baby. This thing's been on here for about 9 months. No grass growing through it or anything like that. Right, Bono? Huh? Bono!
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take up to $10,000 off a 2024 Acura during our 16th anniversary sale.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
world, the Sloman Shield.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
There's a new sheriff in town at Toyota of Hollywood. Cash in your chips and get a great deal on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not 24,000, 17,975. Giddy up to the bank and get 2.99% financing on our most popular models. So mosey on down to our western town at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Welcome aboard, baby. It is time to rock and roll. Yes, sir. We are live. We are here at Toyota of Hollywood. Yes, we love it. We love it. We love it. And hope you all are doing well. We're loving also the spike with Bitcoin, which is a beautiful thing. It's always nice to see the spike with Bitcoin. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. We've been like sniffing 70,000. Went down to 66. Then the new CPI reading came out, 3.3. You know how they keep lying to you about, well, we're going to get it down to 2%. I've been telling you for like 2 years. No shot that we ever see 2% again. It'll be between 3 and 4%. So get used to 3.5 being the real inflation number that you're searching for. So the 3.3 came in under the expected 3.4. Since they've been able to fiddle or fudge the numbers like they normally do. For those of us that actually follow it, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so we got a bunch of stuff to talk about here on the show. Welcome aboard. David Dwork, by the way, is going to join us at 1:30. So we will talk to the Dworkster, who is covering, of course, the Panthers and following their run. He's got the hockey show going on. He's got, what is it, Pro Hockey, or what is it, that website he works for now? I'm always getting confused. Right? Hockey Now, or I forgot what it is. Anyway, no, not with George Richards. Now with Florida Hockey Now. That's Colby Guy and George. It's anyway. So we'll have David on, and we'll have some fun, and we'll talk Panthers with him at 1:30. Obviously, the great Jerry West passed away today at the age of 86. Everybody knows the legend that guy is. That guy's at an absolutely another level, and we'll get into the passing of Jerry West. Man, this is like I'm not able to bring up the video at all, dude. I'm having trouble here seeing the video. Let's see. The hockey news. That's it. The hockey news. The hockey news. I'm trying to get the video going, dude. I can't see the video. That's been my issue here right now, is getting the video up because I can't pull up the chat board or anything with you guys. Let's see if this works better. Looks like it is working much better. Okay. All right. There we go. Now we'll get it. Now we will get it. There we go. See? Now we got it. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now we got it. Weapon X United. Thank you. I see a super chat right when I open up the chat board. Okay, nice. He says, good morning, Miami. Good morning, Big O. Good morning, Crypto. Checking in from Atlanters. Yes, sir. Thank you, my man. Appreciate that. All right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now I'm better off on the guest. The guest one is the one. The 5 isn't working for. Yeah, that's probably what it is. But guest works fine for this purposes. Your purpose is you need something else on that other end. So, okay, there we go. So now we can give you the latest because I know it was approaching 70, 69,784. So we're right there. 2:30, Jerome Powell will talk. And it all depends on what the FOMC meeting and how it goes. If he takes a bearish approach to it and is negative, the markets all could go, down because obviously the markets are also moving too at the same time today. Right now it is, wow, really? Hold on. I thought it would be, 106. Dow Jones is up. S&P is up almost 60 points, and the NASDAQ is up about half a point. And Bitcoin is way up. It went down to 66. Now it's up to almost 70, 69.7. So it's a $4,000 jump from it. And remember what I told you guys, right? On that dip, I said, if you believe in what you've invested in, this is where you buy the dip and you, make some profits. Ocala Joe says, morning, Big O, Cryptodamus. From super sunny Pensacola Beach, we can see Bitcoin is jumping back up again. Have a good show. Yeah, and you bought the Hedera dip, and Hedera came back up again now. So Hedera was up like double digits, man. It was like 10% or something like that from what I saw. Let's see, at 8.3%. It's at 927. So, and Hedera went all the way down to 8.6. Okay. So it was actually it went even as far as 8.6. So right there you're already up already as it is if you bought the dip there too with Hedera. So we'll see what happens around 2:30 when Powell addresses the meteors, and if he's not going to cut rates today, you can forget about that. Okay, you can forget about that, but he could say, well, on the next meeting, we're going to consider it. We're thinking that we have to start to ease things. That is going to send the market soaring all over the place. So look out for 2:30 because it could be a moment where your portfolio gets one hell of a jack. Because if he says he's going to start cutting, then it's going to get so aggressive. And if we get to 73, 74, we eliminate billions in shorts. Some say it's easily over 6. Some people say it could be up to $10 billion of shorts that will be Bitcoin shorts will be liquidated. That will send Bitcoin into the 80s, maybe even 90,000. So be alert. This could be an incredibly explosive couple days here with crypto. So got that going on. See, we got David Dwork at 1:30. We got Bitcoin running. We got the inflation rate coming in at a lower than expected. We got Patrick Paul with the Dolphins signing. So we'll talk about that, about Patrick Paul. Plus, I want to get into this because, Chris Grier is doing something really interesting, and he's building the team continually to build it the right way. Okay? And we're going to talk a little bit about that too. because I think you really got to look at what the front office is doing, because it's really, really cool what is happening. So we'll get into that Dolphin topic today. We've got the NBA Finals continuing tonight. Porzingis, questionable, right? They haven't said he's out yet completely, but his little fragile ass. It's amazing because Mr. Fragile made it actually toward pretty much the whole season, and then finally he got hurt towards the end here, and then he came back with a vengeance. He certainly was the difference in game one, and then now got another setback, which is kind of who he is. That's kind of the reason why you won't believe in the Celtics and why they will fail. But he was proving people wrong because he was staying healthy, and now we're starting to see the Porzingis that we all know and love. The fragile one that can't stay healthy. So we'll see. If he can't play, listen, it's up to Dallas now. They got to win the next two at home. And if they do that, then you're back to square one. So tonight really answers a lot for the Dallas Mavericks. You win, now you got a chance to start turning this series around and making it a 3-game set when you go back to Boston. What do you got there so far? Nothing, right?
No, nothing on that, but George Richards said Captain Sasha Barkov was back at practice before the charter flight to Edmonton for Game 3.
Yes, I saw that also, that Barkov was on the ice. So, yeah, full practice, by the way, for Barkov, which is kind of what I expected. I didn't think he was going to miss any time. I thought he would be fine and get back. When they kind of kept it on the down low like this, I thought it was a good thing. Because if it was a flat-out concussion, it was bad, they would have already said it right away, dude, because he would have had he would have to take the medical attention right away. So I kind of felt like, yeah, whatever. This is hockey. This isn't basketball, dude. This is hockey. They're a lot tougher in hockey than they are in basketball. So we got that going on. Panthers back in action tomorrow. You saw the Barkov stuff. Got a couple of other things to talk about throughout the program. Of course, we'll take your questions, your comments, your insults, all kinds of good stuff. Sean Stanley, the man, the myth, the legend, is, of course, driving the program. Remember, many ways to support us. First of all, let's smash the hell out of the like button, please. Okay? Already got 94 watching. We got 46, 47 on the likes. Let's go. 200. We got to get to 200. That is the number easily we need to get to. You guys helped us get to 200 yesterday while we were on. So let's do it again. Let's get a bunch of folks on. Got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Roll call action here. Steve Chapman is number one, saying another beautiful day. Well, beautiful day crypto-wise. Beautiful day in the stock market. Out here, it's not that beautiful. In fact, it wasn't so beautiful that I went back to my car and I go, why didn't I go get my umbrella? And I went back to get my umbrella just in case it rains, and it's raining. Now, maybe it's not raining when we're done, but maybe it's even pouring when we're done. So I wanted to have my my umbrella. So I have my trusty umbrella here. Okay. So we are set and ready to be protected overall. What else do we have going on to talk about? Obviously, we'll have some music and entertainment stuff to talk about with you on the show. Luis Medina is in. The hard part is not losing the weight, it's maintaining it. Yes, and you're down 62. Good for you. Maintaining is always the hardest part, dude. Congratulations, Luis. Keep doing it, dude. Kicking ass. One-Eyed Jack is in. Don't take long for Bitcoin to push back towards 70K. No. Nope. It's only a matter of time. As people, a lot of you on this show are educated on this because I've educated you on this. Okay? A lot of you have learned about what's going on with our economy and how dollars are crumbling all over the world. It's not just the US dollar. And so we've kind of explained that, and so there's no way your dollar ever gets value if you keep printing it. And that's exactly what they're doing. And they're going to print a lot more. And it doesn't matter who you vote for. You're just voting for the next guy to put us 10 trillion more into the hole. Okay? That's all you're doing. Because either guy is going to spend 10 trillion plus when it's all said and done. What do you think our dollar is going to be at that point? So, I think people are figuring it out and they're watching, as I tell you all the time. You shouldn't have a bank account or a savings account. The only thing you should have in the bank is the money that you put in to send out for bills. Any extra money should be in your Bitcoin account, not your bank account or your savings account. And I think people are starting to figure that out, So it doesn't matter who it is, if it's an elephant or a donkey. Your everything is going to be bad. Nothing is going to be better. That's the problem, that people think that one guy is going to be a savior and that, nope, they're all contributing to the problem that we're a part of. So people are getting smart and they're understanding it. And so they're understanding, Bitcoin, and they're understanding the positives compared to our regular dollar. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. People are getting smart. We've been trying to educate you for a couple of years on this show. So those of you that have been on it with us for a couple of years, you are way ahead of pretty much the world. That's a scary thought. That's a scary thought. Anyway, Drago is in, Ray Sosa, Cosa Nostra, Eddie Lepp, Think Blue Dodgers. He's waking and baking out in L.A. Ocala Joe is doing whale things. Steven Gonzalez. These reports that Jimmy wants to only play here is crap, right? Pat better not keep. Steven, your issue is you read a lot of crap, bro. And then you ask me about all the crap that you read out there. Who is it, bro? Who's the legitimate person that wrote that? Who did you read it from? You know what I mean? Why don't you tell me, hey, Ira said this, Woj said this, Shams said this. Was it Slapdick said this? See what I'm saying? So it's kind of what I tell you guys all the time. Okay, you read it now, right? Who's the source? Okay, what credibility does this source ever have with me? And if they have none, then why are you wasting your time with it? So, what I'd rather you is tell me exactly when you say something like this, hey, this person reported this. And when you're just saying that, it's because it's Slapdick. And then you're just repeating what Slapdick says. It's not a good thing to repeat what Slapdick says, Stephen. Okay? Not that if you think. Okay. Shams said it. No Shams. No Shams or Shams said it. Okay. If Shams said it, then that's pretty good stuff, right? If Shams said that. Again, not sure. But if Shams said it, well, then that's just Jimmy Butler being a smart guy and not for what I think I said there wasn't going to be a ruckus here, right? I think I said this, right? I think I told you guys there won't be a ruckus here. So Jimmy is just, if that's the case, I didn't see it. You're looking up Sham stuff? Okay. If Sham said that, then Jimmy and his agent are doing the smart thing, and then Riley and the Heat will do the smart thing and say all the right things publicly, but behind the scenes, they're working on the trade and to move him. He's not coming back. Okay? So you might be like those cops at Point Break. We'll wait for him when he comes back. And then he's not coming back. As Keanu then tells him. They didn't hear that part, but Jay Gelfin is humping on that day, and RIP to Jerry West. And reminding everybody to smash the hell. Come on, man. 63. Let's go. There's 115, 63. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on, baby. Bring it up to 115 and more. Actually, if everybody that has not hit the like button hits it now, we'll pass 115. Guaranteed. Because people have come and go already in the first 18 minutes of the show. Let's see. James Roman is in the house. It's high school graduation here in Tampico, Mexico. Congrats to the class of 2024 and around the world. Heriberto is in the house. The great Wayne Gretzky called Alexander Barkov the greatest defensive forward since Brian Trottier. Cool stuff. He's a beast. He is a beast. Ryan AP, Eric Simon, Robert T, Captain Saki, Stetson O, Jose Baños, Rosendo. As we enter this week's midpoint, today is your canvas. Paint it with laughter, brush it with resilience, and let the strokes of determination lead you to success. Ray Sosa, RIPing Jerry West. Jay Luna, delusional. Grier has been here 8 years as a GM. Actually, he has not. He is entering his 5th year. But hey, listen, man, you continue with misinformation. That's what we do on this show. We correct misinformation, but if you want to keep thinking under Tannenbaum and Gase, he was the real GM, you're an idiot. You got it, Jay Luna? You're an idiot. This is his 5th year, dude. Okay? 2 with Flo, 3 with McDaniel. These are his 5 years. And this is the best talent we've had since the early 90s. Think Blue Dodgers, Cher Bear, Gordon Shumway, Skylar Tipton, James Roman. Let's see. Joseph, afternoon to you, sir. Lenny Pena. Chris Grier is building a special squad here. Let's appreciate the era. We are Super Bowl contenders. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, just need to stay healthy, bro. Thank you, Frankie. This is the jacket I have thrown in the back of my car, just in case. And it's cold in here, so I went back and got my umbrella and got my jacket, so I'm comfortable during the show. Because my alarm shirt wasn't enough. So, Summer Rain. Jam the alarm. Summer Rain, you'll remember me. What a great song. What a fantastic song. Anyway, Thomas Nieto. You see Barkov looking good for game 3. Connor better keep his head on a swivel tomorrow night. A-Rod, Big O, Herbert, Jay Cutler 2.0. Now, I actually think Herbert is an athletic Jeff George. Because he's going to put up some numbers. But he's also a guy that, will choke like Jeff George. So that's what I think. I see him as an athletic Jeff George. But I like the Jay Cutler reference. Because Jay's a little bit athletic and has an arm. So I like the reference. It's a good reference. It's a good comparison, not reference. Good comparison. John Padilla, D. Mao. Let's say you're Grier and you're negotiating Tua's contract. He places all of Tua's accomplishments and says he wants this much. What is your counter to him? And if you're Tua's agent as well, bro, D. Mao, this is all mental masturbation. Tua has accomplished more than Justin Herbert. He has to get whatever money Justin Herbert gets. He's just right there with all those guys, with Jared Goff and all. He's going to get the same amount of money those guys get. So for those of you that, don't believe in Tua, hate him, whatever it is, I'm sorry you're going to keep losing sleep on this. We are at 84 in the likes, 121 watching. You're doing a good job. You're hitting it. You're hitting it and not quitting it. Let's go. Let's go. We haven't hit the triple digits yet. Come on. We got to do it before even 12:30. Come on. Let's go. So another 40 of you watching at least right now, 40 to 50 of you that haven't hit the like button for us. Visit our sponsors. Make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. And you can even make a Bitcoin donation, which, you know, we love our Bitcoin donations there. And visit our merchandise department. Yes, sir, our merch shop. Pull it up, baby. You can use our QR logo there. You can go to it. The link is here on our YouTube page, Twitter page, Instagram page. And by the way, because somebody was asking, I know a lot of you actually don't really listen to the show every day. You probably listen to a segment. You don't really listen to the talk, actually. So I explained it during the talk. So because somebody asked me yesterday about the colored shirts, and I've explained it already a couple times here. But those of you that actually watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. But the white shirts were ordered. So those of you that order white shirts and hats, you're getting your orders right away. Those of you that ordered colored shirts or the dry fits, that's going to take a little bit. So I'm hoping by this week and next week, I start getting all those in and I start shipping the colors and the dry fits out. Okay. But most of the whites are in. I think there's only a couple of the ones that are left. The Bring the Logo Back and the Truth on Dolphins Football and South Florida Sports. Those are the white ones that are left that we need to get. But, you know, it's kind of as you order, then I order and purchase several. And so that kind of gets me going. So I can then build the inventory. And then the next round of people that come in, they're going to get their stuff a little faster. And I'm sorry about that. But, you know, hey, man, we're like we're a two-man and a woman show, okay, basically. You know, we have others contributing and all that, but it's Sean, myself, and my wife helping me. So it's all it is. So thank you for the patience. Everyone will get their stuff. We'll get it all printed out and sent out very shortly. So thank you for your patience. Let's see. The wheel. God says what goes, not clown man. There you go. What does he say about Bitcoin? What did he tell you about Bitcoin? I need to know. Since you talked to him, the wheel. What does he say? Saying, I don't know. You got the hotline to God there, bro. You know? Might as well. I mean, can you give us the lottery numbers too? Mega Millions? Powerball? You got the hotline, right? So tell us what he says. I'm really, really interested to find out what he says. Let's see. Roderick Freeman, RIP, man of 1,005 holds, RIP to Jerry West. MDC, crazy weather over here in Fort Myers. Yeah, we're getting it too. This was all the weather that was in the Caribbean. It was pounding Jamaica, and when it was pounding Cuba, our friends in Jamaica felt this. So yeah, it came out of the South American area and then came right into the Gulf and into Jamaica and Cuba. And now we're getting it, and we'll have it for a couple days because it's a nice size weather system. We even had a tornado watch here in the Pembroke Pines area. Wilfred Joseph is in the house. Let's see. We're here in Port St. Lucie. You and Doggy Reason do great things. All right. Well, thank you, sir. Ray Sosa. George Albanese. Good morning, Big O. Nice to see Jasmine bounce back, baby. And yes, Georgia boy bought the dip hard. There you go. There you go, Georgie boy. Nice job by you. Big O, today's social media is all about fastest to state something rather than the truth and utilizing reliable sources, sadly. Yep, that's what it is. Big O, in your opinion, what role will the de-dollarization of the dollar play into the explosion of Bitcoin? Oh, it's going to play big because people are going to find out their money is dying. They're going to find out, like every time you go to the supermarket, you're buying less. And so you're storing it in your bank account and you're buying less. And then when you put it in your Bitcoin account, it grows. So you kind of like realize that you'll find out that one is being devalued because it's being printed over and over and over again. People have to get educated. They just don't know. They're intimidated by crypto, by the blockchain, by Bitcoin. They just don't understand it. And until you actually take a couple of minutes to understand it, look, man, I've never met a person that truly looks into Bitcoin and then understands what's going on with our dollar and then says, oh yeah, no, that's not going to work out. I'm going to go back to the dollar. I've never met somebody. All of you that out there that like you don't believe in it or whatever, you're just going off of what another idiot said because you never really took the time to educate yourself, read the white paper, learn what Bitcoin is all about, how it's created, how it actually benefits you in many different ways. And then you learn what's going on with our actual dollar and how it actually is devaluing, because the I'm going to insult a lot of people here, and I'm sorry, but I have to do it. The laziest thing that I hear is blame whoever is president for our problems. And it has really nothing to do with that. They all print money, every one of them, right? The last guy printed 8 trillion. This guy's going to print about 8 trillion, 7, 8, 9, right around the same thing. The guy before that, Obama, printed 8 trillion, but over 8 years, not 4 like Trump and Biden are doing. And then George Bush printed 6 trillion. So it doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter what side. And then you look at it, and then the dumbest thing you think is, oh, things are better everywhere else. Actually, no, inflation is worse everywhere else. Like, you think like somewhere else they're managing it better. No, dude, it doesn't matter who you voted next. They're still going to mismanage it badly because they mismanaged it the last 4 years, and now they've mismanaged it these 4 years. That's kind of the way it goes. But, the simple-minded folk, they don't really look into what's actually going on. And so eventually people will learn what they're doing to your economy, what they're doing to your economy in France, what they're doing to your economy in England, what they're doing to your economy in Argentina, what they've done to your economy in Argentina, what they've done to your economy in Haiti, what they've done to your economy in Colombia, and so on and so forth, and Brazil and all that. And then they're going to learn, and they're just now giving access to people even in China now to Bitcoin. So eventually the Japanese dollar is crap, dude. It's terrible, and they're all going to lower rates, and they're all going to create inflation or stagflation, and it's all, eventually people will get smart. A lot of people won't figure it out in time, but eventually some of you will get smart and you'll figure it out. So it's sad, man. It's sad where we're headed, unfortunately. And some of us see it, and many, 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 many just don't see it. So listen, when the most powerful and richest and most intelligent people in the world are now buying it, and buying it by the millions, it has to tell you something. Let's see. What else do we have? Isaiah, Alex Toledo, what's up, Big O? Any chance for Dallas tonight? Yeah, man, especially with Porzingis out and they're home. I wouldn't count them out yet. Okay, tonight's tonight. They win tonight, starts to change everything. So I until you lose a home game as the home team, we don't have a series yet. So all Boston did was hold serve. If Dallas can do the same thing, the narrative completely changes. But at the moment, it looks, really bad. And Kyrie has been absolutely terrible. He better wake up. He's going to get a lot of heat if he doesn't. Money is fake. It's you know what the best part about that, Jay De Niro? They're no longer around anymore. But I used to get that all the time on the chat board from the idiots. Oh, Bitcoin's fake. Oh, it's a scam. This, that. And I'm like, no, dude, your money in your pocket in your bank account is the scam, you idiot. But, it's like, and those people, most of those guys, they're not even men. they can't even come back here to admit that they were wrong after they were clowning around, you know. So, but I know if Bitcoin would have failed, they all would have been back here to just keep laughing at me, right? Now, guess who's laughing? Why? Guess who's the educated one? And I'm not a smart guy, but I'm educated in this part. Yesterday, I had, you know me, dude, I don't give a shit about Democrats or Republicans, right? So some guy tweets at me who's a big Trump guy, and he goes, hey, look, Trump's saying that we've got to mine. You saw that headline, right? It's all over the place. We've got to move Bitcoin here and make all of them here, you know? And I go to the guy, look, bro, he's just chasing votes. Okay, just like Biden doing the last minute thing for the Ethereum ETFs, where all of a sudden that was not going to be approved till next year probably. And all of a sudden in 1 week, it went from night to day and they got approved. And that's because Biden saw that the crypto community is against him because Democrats are against crypto, totally against crypto. They want to bury you with the digital dollar, right? And so Trump knows nothing about Bitcoin or crypto, but the people around him do. And so they've been feeding it to him. Plus, I'm sure his camp said, yo, you need as many votes as possible. Be positive about crypto. Just like Biden's turn now, he's totally anti-crypto. Now he's kind of turning it a little bit. Why? Because he sees the polls and he wants to get the votes. He wants to get our votes, my vote, because I'm a crypto guy. And so it's smart by both of them. But they're both idiots when it comes to it. Now, what I mentioned was Republicans are way ahead of Democrats on crypto. I think I've said that how many times? Many. Because Mark Emmer is there. What's it called? Patrick McHenry, Cynthia Loomis. You know, these people are Republicans. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. All I care about is, are you doing something for me? And they're the ones that are catalysts in the bill that was being put together to help crypto and help it grow and help you protect you. You know what I mean? Like some of these Democrats, like Warren, they don't even want you to have your own cold storage wallet. They want to take it away from you, dude. Like that's as un-American as it gets. So to me, I don't care what side you're from. I care about Americans. I don't care about Democrats or Republicans. Don't care about the far right or the far left. Just don't care. I call it like I see it. So if a Democrat does something good or a Republican does something good, I'm going to say it. Doesn't mean I'm for either side. I don't give a rat's ass about it. And if you truly listen to the show, and so yesterday, this guy that's a total hardcore Dem. Oh, so you're telling me that the Democrats who have the same information as the Republicans, they're not helping crypto. And I knew right away he knew nothing about crypto because you just watch Elizabeth Warren and everything else that's gone on the Dem side. It's all been negative for crypto and Biden and everybody. Like, how would you even, and I told them right away, I said, bro, I know you. Your record is broken. You're a hardcore Dem. You're just like a Trumpy. You people have no reasoning. You have no objectivity whatsoever. Just get out of here, bro. Stay in your lane. And he didn't bother to answer back because he doesn't know. I think we say this all the time on the show. If you don't know something, just say you don't know. But don't go, especially, please, dude, the guy wants to start arguing with me about crypto, and it's like, yo, bro, if you don't know anything about this, please don't even get in a conversation with me about this. Because I'm going to crush you. Because you're a dumbass. You don't know anything. And luckily he didn't respond because I took it nice and easy on him. I gave him a break because he's a nice guy, But just because you're stupid, I'm not going to give you a break sometimes. Because, I don't like people that want to argue about something they know nothing about. If I don't know something about it, I'm going to just tell, bro, I don't know. Sorry, I can't tell you about it. Now, you want to talk football? You want to talk Dolphins? You want to talk music? You want to talk crypto? Let's go. I'll kick your ass. I'll kick your ass over and over again. Yeah, I'm the smarter guy in the room. Yeah. You want to talk rocket science? I'm a dumbass. I'm out. Want to talk a super engine? I'm out. Don't know about it. Can't help you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to argue something that I don't know. And I can't stand those kind of people. And so quickly he shut his ass up, which was good. How do I feel about Swift Coin? I don't know anything about Swift Coin. How do you like that? That's exactly what I was talking about. I don't follow it. I don't know anything about it, Corey P. So I cannot comment on something that I don't know about. Sorry about that, my brother. Let's see. I tried calling God long distance and they wouldn't accept the charges. So the guy's cheap too. And then he doesn't know much about what's going on with Bitcoin. Because he would have had a couple bucks to spare and he would have accepted your call, Brett. You know? Let's see. Dinan Tiwari, Big O. Does Dolphins have dependable players to rotate in case of injuries? I'm going to talk about that on the show. I will get to that, my friend. I will get to that. By the way, Cutter's Edge Pro. Let me tell you a little bit about Cutter's Edge Pro. We love talking about William Quigley and the great people at Cutter's Edge Pro. Mike, I mean, they are just absolutely full landscape design. They will change the look of your home, your business, your HOA complex. And when you add the landscaping, it also increases the value of your home. Let me tell you something. You know what landscaping also does? William Quigley is a man that helps protect South Florida. That's right, with landscaping. Did you know that the more landscaping you have around your house, the safer your home is? Yeah. Trees, they actually slow down the wind. They protect you. Flying debris, they protect you. Guess what? Heat and humidity, they protect you. Because if you start adding more and more trees to your home, around your backyard, you know, you start to create an environment that is cooler for your home. It's really an amazing thing that people don't understand. And so Cutter's Edge Pro does more than just make you look good, does more than increase the value of your home, but at the same time, they're protecting your business and your home, because by adding all those trees, that's exactly what it does. It protects your home. It protects it from the daily sun 365 days a year in this town. Okay. I just saw a piece on the news where this couple spends like $100 a month in electricity. And you know what their home is loaded with? Trees everywhere. Their backyard is shaded completely. And they took a gun, you know, like you went outside right in the middle of the street in the sun, and then you went under, and it was like 15, 20 degrees cooler at certain areas because of all the trees. So I'm telling you, Cutter's Edge Pro is more than just landscaping. It's value, it's protection. So call them 954-472-0622 and tell William Quigley, Dade, Broward, or Palm Beach counties that Big O sent you. They will take care of you, man. Cutter's Edge Pro. Listen, every day we are blessed. We watch our yard grow and grow and grow. And the first chance I get to add more and more trees to my yard, I am going to do that. I'm going to continue to add more and more and more, because you cannot have enough, and it's great for our environment too, on top of all of that. Cutter's Edge Pro, 954-472-0622. You guys know I look out for you in many different ways, whether we're gambling, whether we're investing, and here with Cutter's Edge Pro and some of our great sponsors. Let's see, Lisa Rose in the house. Anthony Campos, Dolphins road game going to do as well. Rams versus Dolphins, Monday Night Football. We'll do what? Disneyland and Universal Hollywood. Which day? Saturday or Sunday for Universal or Disneyland? LOL. Can you lose either way? You can't lose either way, my brother. Big O, in your opinion, do you believe the price of gold will also go up due to the BRICS nation having their money backed by it? I've read that China has been purchasing a lot of gold. Bro, China is purchasing gold like it's going out of style. So I think gold is a good investment. I think silver is a good investment. I think those kind of things are don't put your money in the bank. Don't put it on the mattress. Don't put it in your savings account. Don't put it in a money market account. Put it into real estate. Put it into gold. Put it into silver. And especially put it into Bitcoin. Because there is no asset in the world that moves like Bitcoin. None. And it's scarce. Way more than gold. Remember, you end up mining 2 to 3% of gold every year. So you're adding to how, it's the same thing as printing dollars. You're adding more and more. We don't know how much more gold there is. So if they continue to add gold, the value will not increase at the same pace because you're printing more. Not printing, but you're mining more. You understand? That's the beauty of Bitcoin. There's a finite amount. And then when it's over, it's over. So that's why I tell you guys, get what you can while you can. Because when it's scarce and it's worth hundreds of thousands and millions, then it's not worth it at that point. At that point, it becomes unaffordable for us regular folk. That's why I keep telling you, you got to aim for that 20-25%, man, of a Bitcoin. Big time. All right, let's see. Have I ever done a Panthers road game? No, but Vegas Nights would be the one that I would want to go to. Frankie Fresco in the house. Thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. Remember, you can give us a donation also through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Oh, who do you think will be in the 25-man Battle Royale in the NXT next week? Matt Cardona, Joe Henry, or Nick Nemeth? AEW Wednesday, Will Ospreay or Ray Phoenix? Phoenix or Phoenix? Phoenix. Oh, it's Phoenix. Well, we're getting fancy here, huh? Play with words. Play with letters. Okay. All right. I got to pick one of the three guys.
Little hint. It's probably not going to be Matt Cardona. He tore his pec about 2 months ago. So I'm just going to throw him out.
I wasn't going to pick Matt Cardona just in case he's related to my buddy Joe Cardona. And so I know, Joe, if you're watching, which I doubt you're watching, but if anybody knows my man Joe Cardona, he's in making films and stuff like that. He did radio with me, 35 years ago, 34 years ago, whatever. Years ago. Good dude, really good dude. And he would not be a wrestling guy. So I got to leave Cardona out anyway. Okay. And let me tell you something. Joe Hendry. Yeah. I'm going to go with a Nick Nemeth. Why? Because it's close enough to Nick Needham. And if you got a Nick instead, see, I didn't go with Joe Cardona because of Matt Cardona, right? I can't go with Matt since I know Joe, and plus I don't want Joe to get hurt. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with Nick because Nicks are usually tough characters. Nick Needham is tough. Nick Nemeth is tough. Needham also has an N in his name. Nemeth has an N in his name. So I am gonna go with Nick Nemeth, making it out of those three. Do I get a thumbs up or a thumbs down on that one?
Look, with the way it's going right now, it could be anybody, but Nick Nemeth was fired by WWE 4 months ago, which is NXT. So, but he went to TNA. TNA and NXT do have a relationship now. I'll never say never, but I was thinking more along Joe Hendry, but Nick Nemeth, I will not say no.
Drama. It adds drama to it.
Controversy creates cash.
Okay, so that's kind of what it is. The hated guy is brought back and all that. So, Nemeth comes. All right. Then it's Will Ospreay and Ray Phoenix. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not picking anything that's an Osprey because I just think of the bird. You know what I'm saying? Now, I used to love the video game Phoenix. Kind of a copy. It was kind of like an offset of Galaga Phoenix, for those of you that remember. And so and I also like the French band Phoenix too, on top of that, right? Woo ha, singing hallelujah. So I am going to go with Ray Phoenix. I think he is going to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. So we go with Ray Phoenix, where he puts that bird, that osprey, in a chokehold and wins. I got 2 thumbs down on that one. 2 thumbs down from Sean on that one. So that's the prediction. Okay? That's the prediction. Cash App or Venmo? That's Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. If you want to, and you can send in a Bitcoin donation, which, of course, and your comments, questions, insults, all kinds of good stuff there on the program. Where are we at here with Bitcoin right now? Where are we at? Have we hit 70? I doubt it. We're probably going to flounder around that 69 area until Powell talks, and then we'll go up or down from that area. Okay? 69,506, kind of what I thought. So we're back up to, it's that threshold. This is the 6th time we've hit this. I believe it's the 6th, maybe 7th, definitely not the 5th. I say it's 6, maybe 7 that we've gotten into this 70 range, 71 range, and then we get, knocked out. And that happens to, I think the 24, 25 range, we hit that several times before we had to bust through it. Also, this kind of happens with Bitcoin, and you just don't know which is the one that's really going to pop. You just don't know. But when this one does, it's going to run, and it's going to run a lot. Big O is the classic old school guy who's going to give it to you straight. Yep. Big O, you're running a mom and pop store, and that's awesome. We support mom and pop stores. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you immensely. Thank you. What America is way better, 2024, 2020, 2019? Matthew, you're not a very bright person. What a president does is not at the moment. The effects happen years after. I get it, bro. You're a Trumpy and you're stuck in your ways and all that. But what you were kind of doing is riding out the wave of the upswing of the Obama. That's what you were doing. And then all he did was print $8 trillion in 4 years. And he also, what you should do, Matthew, you should educate yourself, my brother. Okay? Find out about fractionalized banking. Learn what that is, because I know you don't know a goddamn thing about it right now. You want to hear the real truth, like that guy said? Here's the real truth, since, Matthew, you probably won't be able to handle it. Why don't you go check back to late 2018, where, and there's a video of it and everything, Trump signing a bill lifting all restrictions on banks. So you know what? Fractionalized banking is a way where they can loan out a percentage of your money. Well, guess what they did in late 2018, where it kicked in 2019? Banks could loan out 100% of your money. So now they have no money in the bank. They loan out all your money. And now they were tied to a whole bunch of bad loans, bad bonds. And guess what's happening to small and mid banks? And even the bank out in California was a major bank, Matthew. And have you seen all the banks crumbling? You know why? Because they lifted the restrictions during that presidency. But do you think the banks were going to crumble then? No, Matthew. It was going to take a couple of years. But you're not that bright to figure that out. You're uneducated, my brother. You don't know anything about this. So you run your mouth and you say stupid shit like that. So you don't know that the 4 years that were going on there, the printing of the $8 trillion, the lifting of the restrictions of the banks, that stuff was going to hurt. The stuff that Biden is doing now is killing us. So the next guy that comes in, whichever one of these two clowns it is, they will do the same thing they did the last 8 years, which will then magnify and it'll be 12 straight years of wickedness. Matthew, Trump printed $8 trillion in 4 years. Obama printed $8 trillion in 8 years, not 4. Do you know that Trump's $8 trillion is a quarter of our total deficit at that point? In 4 years, Trump printed a quarter of our total deficit. I know you probably don't want to hear this because usually people, they don't want to hear the truth and they shy away from it. But then now Biden's going to do the same thing that Trump just did, printing $8-9 trillion. So, and then whichever one of these two idiots win, they will print another $10 trillion. And then the next president after, it's impossible to overcome. But my brother, you stay stupid, you stay uneducated, and you keep using those lazy lines of what you think America was better. Okay? In 2019, you were riding the wave of the president from before because Obama picked it up on the floor when the stock market was at 8,000 and it could only go up. We were on the floor so badly, it could only go up. So it went up, and then that's the momentum that he was carrying. He buried that momentum with what he did, and then Biden added to that. Neither one is any good. The stupid thing is thinking that either one is really going to take you over the top. But Matthew, you keep thinking that way, my brother. You stay really, really intelligent, my friend. Stay really intelligent, my brother. Yes. Julio Frank is leaving. He's going to UCLA. Wow.
Yeah, and Barry Jackson said the reason this becomes a thing possibly is because the successor will guide the Canes through the ACC revenue and grants of rights debacle, which right now Frank and Radakovic have opted against going to war with the ACC.
Oh,
so now will the new person coming in
has to want to go?
But Radakovic, I got to believe Radakovic though will have a big say in that also. Though I mean, he's a pretty It's not like he's just there.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but we'll see. But yeah, that just
he can control his own destiny too if he wants to. Let's see. Oscar Ross joining in late. Big O from Melbourne and smashing the like button. Thank you. Stephen Harris, Alex Toledo. Big O, do you think Waddle will become the true number one in our offense this year? Since you know that we're definitely going to move on from Tyreek. Next year, he'll become the number one. This year, it'll still be Tyreek, my man. Messi just announced that Inter Miami will be his last ball club before he retires. Yeah, man. I mean, there was some talk, right? One last year in Barcelona, but yeah, that makes sense. Gregory Rogers out in Arkansas. What's up, baby? Rosendo says your money needs to be protected and to be regulated to stimulate the economy. How's it protected, Rosendo? By printing it again? Is that how it's protected? It's not protected, my brother. That's the biggest misconception out there. Frankie says, if you can please watch the series Who Killed WCW, very solid episodes 1 and 2 on Vice. Okay. RL, why talk down people if someone has different opinion? Just no, dude, no, because it's not a matter of talking down. It's a matter of stupidity and ignorance. And you need to get educated. You need to get slapped. That's what it is. I'm not here to walk you by your hand, bro. You know, if you're not a grown ass man or a grown ass woman by now and you can't handle the truth, this is not the show for you, dude. We're not the show for you. I'm not here to handle your feelings, dude. I don't give a shit about your feelings. I really don't. I'm not here to handle your feelings, bro. You know, so I'll tell you the truth. You don't want to hear it? Too bad. But, you know, when you come off that, oh, what do you think, it was better then than now? You don't know what the hell you're talking about, dude. You know, it's just some stupid shit. And people need to wake up, man. Wake up. Wake up to what they're doing. So that's all. So I'm not here to, I'm not the Mr. Nice Guy, bro. Just not. I'm just not. It's not my style. I don't have that patience. The lightning, did it take it out? Yeah. That's some wicked lightning there. Our Ryan AP says, all the while we're left behind of Americans in the Middle East who are still in captive, but they don't want to know stuff like this and focus on their agenda. Pat in Nashville says, is that an alarm shirt bucket list for me? Yes, sir. This is their 40th anniversary tour. I saw them at, by the way, it was a great concert because it was modern English. It was Gene Loves Jezebel, modern English, and the Alarm. And they sounded great. So yeah, it's awesome. Awesome. You should see them if you get a chance. You should check out the Alarm. Very good. Very good. Anyway, what else do we have? We got Toyota of Hollywood. We are here, baby. We are here. Smash the like button, by the way. We're at 155. We got 134. I like it. Let's go. Let's get it to 200 again. We got over 2,000 cars. Right now, I'm looking at the Supra right in front of me, bro. That thing is just absolutely awesome. And they got over 2,000 vehicles. Okay, over 1,200 new vehicles. And what I love is that you can check out, oh, by the way, the hundreds of vehicles and thousands of vehicles, they got some outside, and it's raining right now, right? But it's not, you don't want to walk in the rain, right? You know, that's why we got an entire building under roof. And it's just levels and levels of cars. So even on a rainy day, you can come here and pick the car you want, the color you want, the style you want, the model you want, so you can actually get the car you want. And of course, Herbie Lopez and the great people out here at Toyota of Hollywood, baby, they will help you out and get it done. You will get the price. You'll get a great deal. And the service is second to none. That's what I love about it. The service center is absolutely awesome. Okay. They got an islands theme going on. It's interesting. I had no idea that they changed the theme to islands. And one of them that I see there is they have Barbados and they have Rihanna there. Bejan, baby. Bejan, huh? What a coincidence. I had no idea this was going on, and I had my Barbados hat on today. Tell you, man, I don't know. I wonder if I'll ever end up in Barbados one day. Never know. Might just visit it. Might just hang out there for a while. Who knows? You never know what life does with you sometimes. But anyways, we are here at Toyota of Hollywood, where it is an island paradise of vehicles, of great deals. Come on out here. Tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you here at Toyota of Hollywood. All right. CM Punk is your daddy. Says, sorry, guys, I have not been around. A lot of planning and trying to screw Drew McIntyre this weekend. Go Panthers. And, of course, my Blackhawks cheering for you guys. There you go. That's very nice of you. Thank you, brother. The fact that there are two options, old guys with dementia or a felon, says a lot about where we are as a country. The biggest fear of people and power is losing their power. Yeah, it's not good, bro. It's not good. It's not like we get great choices. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't blame anybody for voting for either person. I don't, because it's a mess. You know, so. It's just, this is what they've driven us to, unfortunately. But I overlook all of that. I try to see what's best for us, for Americans, you know? Big O, I've been to Barbados, LOL. Driving on the right side of the car is insane. Yeah, well, I mean, I've been to countries that you have to drive on the right side. Yeah, but it is a beautiful country. Beautiful country. So, and great people, great environment. They've had 13 green quarters in that country. 13 straight green quarters. Very interesting. Very interesting island. They're down in the bottom of the Caribbean, so they're like out of the hurricane belt pretty much. They don't get as many as everybody else, put it that way. If you live in Barbados or Grenada or the ABC Islands, you won't face nearly as many hurricanes. Barely. You'll face them. You won't get nearly as many, that's for sure. And it's interesting. You ever seen the Caribbean islands, how there's a hook like this that they're all together, Martinique and all of that. You see that whole hook, and then one is off to the side, and that's Barbados, right? So do you know that line there where they're all together, that's a fault line. So they're all in the earthquake fault line. Barbados is off the fault line. So it's a very interesting island where it's positioned, So it's interesting. It's interesting. Barbados is a very interesting place. And Mia Mottley, when you listen to her, there's a lot of common sense coming out of that woman, too. On top of all of that, that's their prime minister. Jeremy is in the house. Let's see. What else do we have going on to talk about? Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Let's start off here. Hour number 2 with our 3A Graphics sports calendar. The great Alan Blanco, custom printing and embroidery. Those of you that have been ordering our merchandise, you have seen the silk screening, you have seen the embroidery. I mean, it is just absolutely amazing stuff. Alan Blanco, custom printing and embroidery, 3A Graphics sports calendar, 980 West 22nd Street in Hialeah. Call them 786-618-1443. Whatever it is you're looking for, shirts, hats, you name it, they do it, man. Tonight, 8:30, Celtics and Mavs. Mavs are favored by 2.5. Porzingis, questionable. Over and unders 213. Thursday, 8 o'clock at the Rogers Place. It'll be the Oilers and the Panthers, baby. Oilers favored by a goal and a half in this one, plus 200 there. Over and unders 5.5 goals. Saturday, Inter Miami will visit the Philadelphia Union. And in hot dog eating competition, Joey Chestnut has been banned from the Nathan's Eating Hot Dog Contest. We'll give you more of that story, too, on the show, since I know some of you like that crap. I'm not necessarily a big fan of the hot dog eating. I never watch it, actually, to be quite honest. I find it disgusting. Ray says Aruba and Trinidad and Tobago rarely get hit by her. Yep, that's right. They're down there also. Exactly. Yep. I've been to Aruba. Very nice. Kind of boring, but very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Killer casinos. The beaches are awesome in Aruba. Woo. Haven't been to Barbados yet. I got to plan that one. But it is funny that I have my Barbados hat. I put it on, and I walk in here, and and they've got all kinds of island countries, and one of them is Barbados. That's funny. It's funny. Anyway, so just a coinkydink out of all the coinkydinks that are out there. Let's get to a little Dolphins talk. So they end up signing the rookie Patrick Paul. And Paul gets his 4-year contract. Cap number first year apparently is going to be somewhere in the $1.5 million range. Chop Robinson is left. It's the only one left. And let me tell you something. The way things have gone, I think if you're a Dolphins fan, stuff has really fallen into place. And that's because of Grier, McKenzie, and Allen. That front office continues to build it the right way. The Patrick Paul signing is huge in so many different ways. One, obviously, you get him under contract and all that. You really shouldn't. There shouldn't be many holdouts in today's NFL with all this stuff pretty much structured. It's really hard to have holdouts overall. But what I love is there was so much panic after the first day of free agency because you had to deal with the emotional baggage of losing Wilkins and losing Hunt and losing AVG, guys that we didn't want to lose. But unfortunately, because you went on a 2-year run here where you hit on a lot of picks, there was no way mathematically you could sign everybody. It just was not going to happen, and it wasn't going to put your team in a advantageous position. But then as free agency went on, you filled the spots. You got better in your secondary. You got better at linebacker. You added depth, at pass rusher with the draft overall, with free agency, considering you had 2 of your top pass rushers injured. So you added a lot of depth along the way. And when you start to take a overall view, sometimes I tell you guys not to look in the micro when we talk about investing. Well, and I always tell you, look at the macro instead. That will give you better the overall picture. Same thing here. You didn't want to be in the micro on the first day of free agency. You want to be in the macro of where you're at now. And you're getting prepared. The Jalen Wright move to give you depth at running back, all the things you did to add pass receiving options from multiple tight ends that you signed to multiple slot players from free agency to the draft to undrafted players. You added another running back. You added a lot of stuff to add diversity to your offense and depth to your offense. So you're also looking at it saying, okay, we need to get better and deeper. And that's exactly what you did this year. You got better and you got deeper in many, many spots. Everyone will look to the Christian Wilkins spot. And yes, that's the one spot that you will take a step back. Maybe, probably. But everywhere else, you have taken many steps forward in the process. So that's one of the things that you look at. And Patrick Paul's signing is very key to all of this. Why? Well, you've got your starters already. You've got Teron Armstead and you've got Austin Jackson. But then you've got Kendall Lamb and you've got Keon backing up. And Keon also showed you something. And I'm really excited to see where he's at in training camp and in the preseason, because he's going to get a lot of playing time and he's going to get an opportunity to prove that he's continuing to make that step forward, which would be really positive. By the way, they've also got the Bayron Matos kid that's kind of a project, the 6'6", 318 guy that I don't know if he's going to be anything, but that's another guy there. That's a 6th tackle that they're working on that may have developmental skills. And I trust these people. I trust these people with the eye they have, for offensive linemen, coaching them up, and then the front office finding them. So I love how you're planning for now and you're planning for the future, because next year, Teron Armstead and Kendall Lamb are gone. Now you have Austin Jackson, you have Keon, and you have Patrick Paul. This gives Patrick Paul an entire year to be in the system, to learn the system. And as even Teron Armstead, who's an experienced lineman, he talked about how it was really difficult to learn this system. Okay? So this gives Patrick Paul time to learn the system. This gives Brian Matos time to learn the system. This gives Keon another year to be in the system and grow. So all of these things are positives. You're planning for now, you're planning for the future. And all over in many spots, you didn't have a pass catching tight end you can rely on. Now you have one. You added another running back that's a duplicate of the first 2 guys that you have. Now you have a deeper running back group that now you can run the same offense all throughout the game. Listen, if all 3 get injured, holy shit, and the luck is The luck is really bad. But you've got all of that going on, right? So now you've built up that. You've got the 5 deep. And then, this is also an interesting part because, what you've had to deal with is the injury issues the last 2 years. That's what's kind of stopped you from your max. You didn't really reach your max the last 2 years because there's no way you can reach your max if you're not somewhat healthy. So now you've got an opportunity, hopefully, that you'll get the breaks you haven't gotten the last 2 years. You can actually stay healthy. So what I love is you're building everything the right way. You're building it for the now. That guys like Jalen Wright can help you now, and Jonnu Smith can help you now. Okay? Marcus May can help you now with Poyer and with Javon Holland. Now, this gives you even more depth along with Elijah Campbell at safety. Very important that you're doing some of the things to help you now. But then the Patrick Paul move is a move for the future. Keon, that's one that you found a diamond in the rough. You're kind of polishing up that diamond. You might have something down the line. And what I love is, I believe in their conviction. After what you've done with Jackson and Eichenberg actually improved. The problem Eichenberg had to deal with the injuries. If you could get rid of the injuries, I think we're going to see a much better player, like I told you this year. Because he's really wasn't an injury-prone player, but poor guy's had some terrible luck the last 2 years. So to me, there's a lot of positives about what you're watching, but it's that front office that is doing a marvelous job of eyeing the future, but doing the best job to keep you competitive and give you a chance to actually go after, the championship. And the Dolphins have that talent. They just got to stay healthy, man. You need the breaks. But there's no doubt in my mind that Chris Grier is building it the right way, man. Building it the right way. All right, let's get to our Welt and Realm. Let's talk about our boys, Welt and Realm. They are just down the street right here. We are right here in Hollywood. They are right down the street. 954-966-4646. Many of you have already used Welt and Realm here the last couple of years since I've been talking about them, and you know the results, man. They are just absolutely phenomenal. I've experienced it myself. 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury, all of that, man. They do it all. And we are now in hurricane season. This is not a hurricane, but this is a hell of a lot of water. And so if you suffered any water damage, you got to call Welt and Realm. Maybe condo, you're in a condo and the apartment next to you suffers water damage and it goes to you, call Welt and Realm. They have their own adjusters. They will go to your house. They will assess the damage, and then they're going to call the insurance company. You never call the insurance company. The only thing you do is collect a check. Okay? And by the way, the new laws that are laid out by DeSantis put us at a major disadvantage and the insurance companies at an advantage. So you need to protect yourself by having the best lawyers possible. You may not need them now, and maybe this rain here doesn't do any damage to you anywhere you're at in Florida, but maybe the next storm does. Maybe if we get hit by a hurricane, unfortunately, whatever it is, call Welt and Realm. Have that number. Save it on the cell phone. 954-966-4646. Welt and Realm. All right, Big O, can you start on time? Big O can't keep up with the sports only. Big O listening from Westminster, California. Just kidding. You're all good, bro. I get you. But this, when we do it here once a month, they want us to do it at noon. That's why we tell you all the time, if your business wants us to, you want to team up with our platform and we can promote your business and we can broadcast at your business, we can travel anywhere in the Tri-County area, the state, the country, the world. We haven't had yet an outside sponsor send us out. But hey, man, we're open. We're open for it. Okay. And we'd love to partner up with you. Reach out to us. Reach out to our business line, 786-754-4664. And it'll be a beautiful thing. And we can broadcast at any time, anywhere, like we do here at Toyota of Hollywood. Tomorrow, we'll be at Hialeah Park at 3. Friday, we'll be at Acura Pembroke Pines, back to our usual time at 10 a.m. So it's kind of the way it is, man. It goes all over the place. We may need a canoe, you think? Yeah. Yeah. Thank God I got my umbrella, dude. Holy shit. Man. Let's see where we at with Bitcoin right now. 69,600. Yeah, we're going to hang around here, and then we're going to see what Jerome Powell says at 2:30, and then we'll find out if this really moves the needle. Hit that like button, man. Smash it. Let's go. Smash it. We hit 150 right now, more than than there is on the chat. But those of you that have not hit it on the chat, please smash that like button. We want to get to 200 at least. Let's do it. Let me get to a little music here. Overall, let's start off with musicians born on this date. Okay. I'm gonna love you day by day, pretty young thing. Good tune. All right, let's go. Who do we got here? Oh. Okay. So, Peter Farndon, bass player with the Pretenders. There we go. Pete Farndon was born in 1952. Ooh, the great Brad Delp, rest in peace. Oh, by the way, Pete also passed away in 1983 at the age of 30, bro. That's terrible. 1951, well, Brad Delp was born on this date. Lead singer and an amazing voice for Boston. Unfortunately, took his own life March 9th of 2007. 1951 on this date, Bun E. Carlos, drummer for Cheap Trick, always had a cigarette in his mouth. What a trip. Born on this date in 1951. John Wetton, born on this date in 1949. Vocalist and bassist for King Crimson, Roxy Music, Brian Ferry, Uriah Heep, Wishbone Ash. Amazing. What a hell of a run for John Wetton. And Asia too, right? Let's see who else. Barry Bailey was born in this state in 1948 with the Southern rock band ARS, the Atlanta Rhythm Section. Little Champagne Jam, a little spooky. 1948 for him. Reg Presley was born in this state in 1941. Singer-songwriter for the Trogs. Wild Thing. Gun, 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 dun. You make my heart sing. There you go. Those are musicians born on this date. Let's go with birthdays now. Adriana Lima, model. She is 43. Anne Frank was born in this date in 1929. She died in 1945. Let's see who else. George Bush Sr. was born on this date in 1924. We lost him in 2018. That poor man never lived down the no new taxes. He said that and then got burned badly. Never say that, bro. You always got to raise taxes. That's what happens. It's a job. Drew Holiday is 34. I think everybody else learned that one. Mark Henry, wrestler, 53. I get a couple thumbs up. That's a real wrestler. Okay. Let's see. Who else celebrating birthdays today? Kendra Wilkinson, reality star, is 39. And I only know her because of that football player that she was with. He was with the Jets, I believe. Kendra Wilkinson. Those are the birthdays there for regular people and entertainers. We have any other wrestlers that I did not mention, sir?
Yes, besides Mark Henry, Jerry Lynn was born on this day in 1963.
Okay.
Better known in ECW as the New Effin' Show.
Nice. All right. Let's do a little music history. Today on June 12th in 1985, David Lee Roth confirmed he was leaving Van Halen. In 2005, Pink Floyd announced that they would reunite with former bassist Roger Waters, who left the band 20 years earlier. The set took place in July of that year at the Live 8 London concert, marked with the first time the group played as a quartet since 81's The Wall Tour. In 2006, Korn was forced to cancel their European tour after singer Jonathan Davis was hospitalized with a blood disorder. In 77 on this date, the number one single in the country was Fleetwood Mac's Dreams off their hit album Rumors. Man, that album is so amazing, Rumors. In 82, Bruce Springsteen, James Taylor, and Jackson Browne were among the performers at a rally at Central Park, New York for nuclear disarmament. There were 450,000 fans in the crowd. In 2009 on this date, the Beastie Boys played together for what would be the last time. It took place at the Bonnaroo Festival, and soon after, Adam MCA Yauch would be diagnosed with cancer. That damn cancer, dude. Claims so many of us. It hurts all of us. We've all been affected one way or another. Friends, family, somehow. It's crazy. The Mega Millions, by the way, on Tuesday was not won. It will roll over on Friday. 0 players matched all 6 numbers during the $30 million drawing on Tuesday. The jackpot now will increase to $47 million, $21.8 million in cash value. It was 1, 5, 7, 22, and 24. The gold ball was 8. Man, 4 of the 6 numbers were 1, 5, 7, and 8. Like, you would fill that out normally, and you're like, bro, what are the chances that 4 of the 6 numbers are going to be right there in the first 8? There is this. I'm just doing this, but I'm going to lose. Huh? I won? You know, that just pick the numbers. Just pick the numbers, man. It's not like we really know what's going to happen, right? Unless that guy that had the God hotline. That guy from the God hotline never got back to us. I mean, that's, sir, you are unfair. You have a God hotline and you're not sharing. I think that's absolutely uncool. But that's just me. By the way, if you're a David Gilmour fan like I am of Pink Floyd, he has extended his tour. Luck and Strange is the tour because that's his new album. You could go to davidgilmour.com for early access for tickets. But anyway, they just added a tour and a date to New York. The tour is in Los Angeles and New York. That's it. October 25, 29, 30, and 31 in Los Angeles, California. At the Intuit Dome the first time. The other 3 at the Hollywood Bowl. That would be bucket list 2 for me. One, I get to see. I already saw Pink Floyd, but I'd like to see David Gilmour on his own. Plus the Hollywood Bowl. I have yet to see a concert in the Hollywood Bowl. And then he added a date to New York, which was the 10th, because of the overwhelming, response. So November 4, 5, 6, 9. It's like the lottery numbers again. November 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 are all at Madison Square Garden. So if you're a David Gilmour fan, plus Madison Square Garden is such a phenomenal venue still for a concert. All right. So there you go. All right, let's do this. Jeremy Dorset, thank you for the love on the super chat. I appreciate it. Do me a favor. Give me 2 minutes. We're going to talk to David Dwork. He's going to join us. We'll talk a little hockey. Send him a link, by the way. And we'll talk a little Panthers hockey on the other side. Good news, Barkov full practice. So the boys are 2 wins away from winning the Stanley Cup. Back with more. We haven't taking a break yet. An hour and a half straight. You'll never do that on radio. That's an hour and a half straight is really like 4 hours of talk already. When you break up this 8-minute segments, easily it's 4 hours of radio already. We did 4 hours of radio in an hour and a half. Back in 2 minutes here with David Dwork, talking a little Panthers Stanley Cup action, and smash the hell out of that like button. Back with more.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
There's a new sheriff in town at Toyota of Hollywood. Cash in your chips and get a great deal on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not 24,000, 17,975. Giddy up to the bank and get 2.99% financing on our most popular models. So mosey on down to our western town at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
There we are. We are back here at beautiful Toyota of Hollywood. Yes, sir. Come on out here. You can get a great deal. Take it from a man that drives a Toyota himself. I got my Camry. My daughter got a Corolla here a couple months ago, actually. She's loving it, too. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. That is David Dwork. When we grow up, we want to be just like him. How you doing, man? How you doing?
Please don't say that. You know, I want to be like you when I grow up, Big O.
Why is that?
You're living the dream, brother.
I am. I'm living the dream.
I mean, from the outside looking in, you know, you got a sweet gig. You get to talk about sports all the time. You always got a smile on your face. Maybe if the Dolphins, you know, win a Super Bowl, we'd all be a little bit happier. But I mean,
yeah, it would
could be worse.
Yeah, but you know what, bro? This is the missing piece. We have Super Bowl championships. We have Marlins championships. We have, you know, the Heat championships. And by the way, you notice what's happening, right? Have you noticed? Because we talked about it here on the show. Back in the 70s, the Miami Dolphins went to the Super Bowl and they lost. And then they came back and won 2 in a row. Well, the Miami Heat in 2010 put it all together and lost, and then came back and won 2 in a row. Somebody lost and is 2 wins away from winning it and is good enough to come back and win it again next year. It could be the 3rd time in South Florida history that we do this. So, you know what I'm saying? We need to complete it here, bro. We don't have hockey championship. So this will be the 4th, and maybe Messi and the boys can add the 5th. Who knows?
Yeah, it's fun. I actually wrote about that comparison before the final. The Dolphins in 71, a lot of the players, they said, we were so happy to be there. And we were just looking around. I think it was in New Orleans that year. And they were just so enthralled with getting to the Super Bowl for the first time that they didn't even think about like, oh, yeah, we're about to get slapped in the face by the Dallas Cowboys. And then they came back the next year with a whole different focus, business as usual. And it's been very similar with the Panthers. Like, I don't want to say, like, you know, last year they were the 8th seed getting into the play, the 16th seed getting into the playoffs. And they went on that incredible run. And then they got to the final and half the team was hurt and just did not go well. This year, it's been a totally different feel. I've talked about a few times the difference between when they beat Carolina to go to the Stanley Cup last year and how it felt like they had just won a championship in the arena. And when they beat the Rangers this year to go to the final, and it felt like just business as usual. It felt like just any other win, game 52 of the regular season. This team, they're focused, they're mature, they know what they want. And I don't think, I mean, as we've seen throughout the playoffs, they're not letting anything kind of get them off their focus, whether it's physicality, whether it's frustrations. They've got a job to do, and they're 2 wins away from doing it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it is impressive. And what I love is a lot like the Dolphins, they were on a mission. A lot like the Heat, they were on a mission because they had suffered that defeat the year before. And it's just that they're so focused. And let me tell you something. You guys all covered it, and I know you guys do a great job on the hockey show too. But one of the things that I was very proud of with them, and I talked about this on the show, they didn't go back and because the Oilers got dirty, they then started, you know, getting out of their game and take cheap shots. They kind of held their composure because they have their target is the title. That's what they want, and they're focused on it. And let me tell you something. What they've done to the Oilers in the last 4 periods, because it was the 3rd period of the first game, and then the last 3 periods, that's where this frustration is coming out because they did the same shit to the Rangers. You know, once they figure your ass out, your stars aren't going to get as many shots as they could. And now the Oilers are playing a game that is not them. And when they were playing their game in the first 2 periods, they were peppering the shit out of Bob. So kudos to the Panthers. They have not gotten out of their game. Mentally, they're super tough. And look at the Oilers. They're already cracking mentally.
Yeah, it goes back to that Boston series after the Sam Bennett hit on Brad Marchand. And the Bruins, there were no secret that they were going after the Panthers. And Florida was just like, you do your thing. We're going to worry about winning hockey games right now. It's the second round of the playoffs, and that's kind of continued throughout. I think also with this, you talk about the way that the Panthers are playing their game and taking over from the Oilers. Edmonton had 13 high danger shots in the first 2 periods of game 1.
Right.
In the 4 periods since, they've had one high danger shot. Florida is absolutely shutting them down. They're frustrating the Oilers, as we're starting to see. And I think tomorrow night in game 3 is going to be the big test. Will Edmonton be able to take back a bit of that offensive game that they've really run throughout the playoffs? And also, not to take away, like, their defensive hockey was superb. In that Dallas series, the way that they suppressed the Stars offense was no joke. But the Panthers, look, we knew coming into the series that it was going to be a situation kind of like best on best. One of the best offenses in the league against one of the best defenses in the league. Great power play against great penalty kill. And to this point, it's only been 2 games, but Florida appears to be the one that's really imposing its will. And if they can continue to do that in game 3, we may not see another game in South Florida.
No, we may not, because I was going to follow up with that. Dude, they're more dangerous on the road than they are at home.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how screwy it is with this team. It's like they're more dangerous on full strength than they are in the power play.
That's their game, man. That 5-on-5 game, they've gotten so good at like playing a cohesive game, regardless of which lines or pairings are on the ice, how they're compiled, however Paul Maurice decides to comprise his lines up. They're so accustomed to this point of where they need to be on the ice, who they need to fill in for, so they can continue to play that aggressive style and not have it shoot them in the foot defensively. They're just so well at covering each other. It's like a hive mind out there. It's like they're sharing a brain. And it's credit to Paul Maurice for implementing it. Credit to Bill Zito and Matt Caldwell for recognizing that what Paul Maurice could do would lead to this. Yeah. And it's full circle at this point, man.
Yeah, and you know what I love? Like, okay, when we go back to the mid-90s, okay, you needed Paul Laws. You needed people to get physical because, you were clutching and grabbing. You didn't have a lot of offense. So you kind of had to have thuggery a little bit involved in it. Well, see, the Panthers aren't really about thuggery. Like, when the Rangers brought out their thug to try to play him a little bit more also, in that series, towards the end. The difference is the Panthers now, unlike some teams, they have to all of a sudden turn on the thuggery. No, see, the Panthers' physical play just wears your ass out every period, every game. And we saw it in the last series where they just sucked the entire life out of the Rangers, that by the time we got to, game 5, the Rangers just weren't the same team anymore. They didn't have the same life because their confidence was already shaken at that point. They knew they weren't the better team at that point. And that's why the Panthers don't need to get goony on you. They don't need the goons, bro. They are physical and they wear on you. And that part is the frustrating part with team. That's why I keep saying that this team reminds me of the Kings from 10, 12 years ago that won a couple of titles. Big, physical, can knock the shit out of you, but at the same time, they can score and skate with you all they want.
Yeah, they don't have to get out of their game to impose physicality on you. And it's not just like the forechecking and the hitting gets a lot of attention, obviously so. But the frustration for what Florida does is the way that they take away your time and space, no matter where you are on the ice.
Relentless.
Whether you're trying to get out of your own zone, whether you've got the puck and you're rushing up the ice. Florida's defenders are so tight with their gaps that they give you no space. If you can get around them, great. I dare you to try. They've got amazingly good skating defensemen, whether it's Forsling, whether it's Mikkola, whether it's Montour. Brendan Ekblad's got wheels. At the end, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. This guy's on the 3rd defensive pairing, and he could be a top pairing guy if he wanted to, the way he's been healthy and playing this season. So it's the combination of the depth and having such skill from the top to the bottom of what they can put onto the ice, but also, as I said, it's the way that they're all playing such a cohesive way. It's been incredibly difficult for teams to overcome. We saw it throughout the regular season. We figured that it was going to be a continuing thing in the playoffs. And as we've seen, whether it's taking Boston out of their game, whether it's taking the Rangers out of their game, what they've done to Edmonton through the last 2 games, 4 periods, whatever you want to say, it's playoff hockey at its best. This team is performing it to perfection. And it's just kind of watching it all play out in front of you, really. It's almost like, I don't want to say, people don't like hearing the word script or whatever, but it's like you can see the script laid out in front of you. Yeah. It's just all happening.
Yeah, by the way, Eric went from an almost own goal to the goal. That's I'm old, bro. You think you've seen everything in sports, and then there's always something new that you'll see. And Larson, from one almost screw up to then the goal. And by the way, for the setup for him to score, that was a beautiful play. That was a beautiful pass to set him up to at the same time. But that was funky right there.
It was quite a range of emotions for like a 10-second span, or maybe it is even less.
Yes.
But look, as you're a goal, like I can tell you from, I can speak to it as a goaltender. You always have to be ready. You always have to be focused. So I'm sure that was really no big deal for Bob. You're always watching for the puck, and you want to be able to jump out and play it if you need to. But the way that it all played out, like, oops, I put a shot on my own goalie, and then he's hauling ass down the ice to be part of a rush. You mentioned the play by Anton Lundell, getting into the zone, dropping the puck, and then Mikkola, the way he shot that one-timer with the puck up on its side, and it was able to kind of dance a little bit on the way in, just great all-around play. And, again, kudos to Nico Mikkola. The guy had, 3 goals during the regular season. Now he scores, probably the biggest goal of his life in the Stanley Cup final. It's really cool to see.
Yeah. And that was just absolutely awesome with Larson. That was just a total trip. The other thing, dude, one of the things I talked about with the Heat and their problem, and I know I think more and more people have now come to my side, because I took a lot of heat early on, because I would say that Bam is not really a franchise player. He's not a star, because he can't impose his offensive will. And in the NBA, if you can't impose your offensive will on somebody, you can't be a star in that league. And so that's my problem with the Heat. It's Butler, and there are no other stars, really good player. What's it called? Bam, but he's not a star. He's not going to carry you offensively. Whereas that's what I love about the way Zito has built this team. Dude, they're loaded with stars.
Stars that can play defense.
And they can score. And they can carry you, bro. If it's Reinhart one night, it'll be Barkov, it'll be Kachuk, and then you add a Tarasenko and you add a Bennett to it. And I mean, it's just loaded, dude. This is a team that can count on so many people. You added a guy that stirs the drink in Kachuk, right? Because he's the guy that really sets the tone for everybody. But the beauty of the Panthers, they're so damn good that they don't need to rely on Kachuk to be the guy every single night. Like on the other side, by the way, you kind of need Connor and Dries.
Draisaitl.
Draisaitl to I call him Crapsaitl. That's why I'm getting confused. I like calling him Crapsaitl. But those guys need to be superstars almost every night for them, pretty much. Whereas the Panthers, dude, they just come at you at waves, man.
Yeah, it's the depth. But, you kind of mentioned it before, but you got Barkov, Reinhart, Bennett, Kachuk, Lundell, Verhaeghe. These guys are all tenacious two-way players. Kachuk, probably the least of the bunch, and he plays tough defense. Look at he chased down Connor McDavid in the third period of the last game and stopped the scoring chance. And again, to Kachuk's credit, not the fastest guy. McDavid's playing a ton of minutes. Maybe he didn't quite have as much juice in the third period as he usually does. But either way, to this point, the depth on this team, and it all comes back to Bill Zito. The way he's built them up, the moves that he first made, bringing in Gudas and Hornquist to change the culture in the room and building from that out. Reinhart, Bennett, all these moves that he brought in. He needed to fix the penalty kill. He brings in Stenlund. He brings in Mikkola. It's just been amazing. The fact that this guy, the last 4 years, he's been nominated, but not won GM of the year, it's almost an insult. He doesn't care. Credit to Zito. All he wants to do is win the Stanley Cup. But it's a little insulting that this guy has transformed a franchise that we know what the Panthers were for 25 years. We knew what they were. And Zito shows up and he changes it completely. And now they are a championship culture team. They're 2 wins away from becoming a championship team. And, their credit to go all around. But I think Zito, first and foremost, this guy has just been spectacular since they hired him in South Florida.
Dude, I was playing the Meow Mix theme song for the Panthers a couple of years ago. Meow, 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 meow. That was their theme song, because I was so mad that they were such pussies, because Trocheck would get rattled and killed and slammed and nobody would do a damn thing. And it just was not a team that had any toughness, would not answer the bell there. Now you can't F with the Panthers at all, bro. Okay, you just are not going to mess with them because they're going to mess with you, and they're going to mess with you constantly, anyways, because that's their game, But that Zito knew right away when he got in there. He knew he had to change. The team was soft, and there was no way you were going to win with a soft team in the NHL. It's just impossible. Playoff hockey gets too physical. It's too tough, and he knew right away he had to change the culture. And by the way, how in the hell did he not get GM of the year? I just don't understand that.
Blows my mind. Three of the last 4 years, he gets nominated and then he doesn't win. And look, you can argue it's a popularity contest. The same guys won it the last 2 years. The same guy won it the last 2 years before that. Very popular guy. And again, not to take anything away from Jim Nill in Dallas or Lou Lamoriello in the Island.
No, I know.
Bill Zito absolutely deserves the credit. He absolutely deserves the recognition. Look at the black and white. Look at it on the paper. Look at the way he's transformed this team, the way he's built every piece of the roster. The only guys that were here when he got here are Barkov, Ekblad, Bob. That's it. The entire team has been totally revamped by Zito, and he's built it into this cohesive unit that plays excellent playoff hockey. He doesn't care about winning GM of the year. We all care for him. He just wants the cup. But, dude, it's frustrating. It's insulting. It really is.
Yeah. No, it's exactly what it is, bro, because he has done just an absolutely phenomenal job, man. All right, so the Barkov stuff, good news, right? I kind once I didn't hear that, we're worried he's concussed. If it was serious, they would have already had to give him, medical help. And they would have already talked about it. When they kind of didn't go in that direction right away, I was like, it's hockey, bro. These guys are really tough. He'll be there. And I guess he got a full practice in today?
He did. He full practice, regular colored jersey, so no physical contact limitations or anything. Certainly a massive sigh of relief, but it's scary when you see your captain. Look, across the board in sports, they're taking hits to the head seriously, finally. Yeah, obviously. But, so you see Barkov take a forearm shiver to the chin and get a little woozy. Like there was one point where he tried to pick himself up and he kind of went back down and you're like, oh shit, what's that problem here? He's going to be in the protocol. He's going to have to get looked at because that's how it is. But there was also concern the way he was kind of holding his jaw. Was he holding it in place? Is there a possible break there? Obviously not, because he was out there. His face was intact and he was wearing a normal helmet and everything. But all these, questions come into play. Fortunately, seems fine. If, no setbacks between now and tomorrow, it looks like all signs will be he'll be playing tomorrow in Edmonton. So the Panthers may have lucked out there. But again, like you were saying, you don't really see Leon Draisaitl of all players taking a shot to the head of another team's captain. So whether the Panthers are in the Oilers' heads or not, kind of maybe they are. But, fortunately for Florida that they're not going to lose their captain. Now maybe the Panthers will go into Game 3 with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder based on the way that all that played out. I kind of think, if Florida goes out there into this crazy environment tomorrow and wins in Edmonton Game 3, this series is not coming back home.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I totally agree. They're already in their heads, bro. We've watched this already. This is what they do. That third period. Well, I sat there with my wife in Game 1. I told the story here on the show that I go, here's the weakness for the Panthers. And she looks at me all weird, and I go, the start of the game. If the Oilers can get off to a hot start, this is their weakness. But if they don't, and you allow the Panthers to figure your ass out, it's over. Once they figure you out, it's done. Your people will not have the same kind of success. And sure enough, it took them 2 periods. Okay, but something happened after that second intermission that they figured it out, because in that third period they just said no, it's not going to happen anymore. And then they did it again in that entire game. So and they're the kind of team that they seem to feed off the road.
Oh, yeah.
They seem to love to play. So if they go in there tomorrow night and do the same thing, they'll do what they did to the Rangers. They will break their will. They're already in their head. Now you break their will. You frustrate them because they can't be themselves. And if Draisaitl,
you get to this point,
right? If Draisaitl and McGregor can't be themselves, brother, that's frustrating.
Yeah, well, it can't be good when you play a certain way. You're comfortable, you're confident, and then you get to the final round and suddenly get smacked in the face, and what you've been doing to this point isn't good enough. And then where are you left, right? What do you go from there?
What does that remind you of, by the way?
Yeah, it's not that dissimilar.
Remember a couple of years ago, 105 points and all that, and scoring and all that. Remember, like 3 years ago, what was it?
Four-game sweep to Tampa Bay. That's how that ended.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Because we got there and we go, oh wow, Tampa punched us in the mouth. Yeah, we can.
But if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have Paul Maurice. We wouldn't have the team that we have right now. So it all happens for a reason. But that's just the way that Florida is. It's not just this series. I mean, you can go back, I think, the last fourth periods, whether it was Game 5 against the Rangers when Anton Lundell scored the third period goal to send it back to Florida with the lead, the way they shut down the Rangers in Game 6 to win that series, and then obviously what they did to Edmonton in Game 1 and really the whole game in Game 2, but particularly towards the end, the way they shut it down. That's just, they're comfortable. That's what they want to do. They want to frustrate the shit out of you. They want to go into your building and shut your fans up. And so this is going to be a fun exercise for the Panthers, considering that they're full strength. They don't have to worry about any limitations. It'll be a great test, and they've been passing these tests throughout the postseason. So Game 3 should be fun.
All right, so they could catch your work at the Hockey News, but, tell them about the Hockey Show with Roy.
Yeah, Roy Bellamy and I have been doing the Hockey Show now this entire hockey season. We've traveled around. We've had some amazing guests. Our show's air on the Levitard Network every Friday, and then we also have been sprinkling in some fun post-game videos, some travel videos. We did Media Day. So we've been very fortunate to do some very cool stuff. And depending how this week shakes out, we might be on a very early flight Friday morning down for Edmonton, depending on how things go. So it's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun going on. And please, catch all of our work on the Hockey Show.
And props to Levitard, by the way, because, he has expanded that whole thing and given a lot of people great opportunities. So that's I think that's a real beautiful thing that he's done, because we know our business is dog shit. So it's good to have people like Levitard in our business, man. So
it's a blessing.
Yeah,
it is a blessing.
So, Dan, great job by him to expanding and help out a lot of people, man, in the process. So good shit. Follow him on Twitter at David Dwork. David, I hope you're off to the flight to Edmonton, because then that means we're up 3-0 and you'll be covering a sweep. So appreciate the time, my brother. Thank you as always.
Amen, brother. Take care. Be good.
You got it. There you go. The great David Dwork. Catch his work there at the Hockey News. And, of course, catch the Hockey Show with him and Roy Bellamy, that they do an excellent, excellent job. And follow both Roy and David also on Twitter. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. There you go. David Dwork, as always, getting it done for us. Where are we at, bro? We're a half hour before, 36 minutes before Powell talks. And we're at 69,655. So I figured that we'll hang around there. It's going to be very interesting. If you hear Powell get positive anywhere where he just gives any inkling that they're going to, probably lower rates down the line, if he says, well, we see this pacing this way, if it continues, then maybe we'll be able to lower rates, it's going to go. And all of those shorts are going to get busted. So let's cross our fingers. Let's see what happens. If he comes in bearish and negative and all that, then it'll actually go down a little bit, and then it'll be a buying zone again for those of us that want to take advantage of it, if you've taken advantage of it. What else do we have here on the chat board? Lenny Pena, go Cats. They're bringing home the Stanley Cup. Yes, sir. Big O, you going to Summer of 99 tour in September? I don't know what that is. Summer off 99 tour in September. I don't know what that is, All Miami. I'm sorry, my man. You lost me on that one. Maybe at the moment I'm brain farting and I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm supposed to know. Not sure. Let's see. What else do we have here? I remember when George Bush Sr. said, read my lips, no new taxes. And it was the first thing he did was raise taxes. Yeah, it's not. I don't even blame George Bush for that. It's just, that's one of those things that you say and then you don't realize, like, bro, you're running a business. You got to have some income coming in. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of. Oh, the Daughtry concert and what? Oh, Creed, 3 Doors Down in Daughtry. Oh, okay. That's not a bad tour, actually. I like all three. Although Daughtry stuff, I'm more of the early Daughtry stuff. I got to say that most of his stuff ended up sounding all the same. He didn't grow. That was my problem with him. The other two are fantastic. Maybe I don't have any tickets for it yet. But maybe I might go. I'll decide when it's the day of. Is probably what I'll decide. What day is the? Can you tell me what day is the concert here? I don't even know when it's coming. To be quite honest, I know there's a couple of concerts this week. I talked about them earlier on the show, right? Tonight is the Jacksons at Immokalee. Friday is Carlos Santana and Counting Crows. Saturday is Justin Timberlake at the Kaseya Center. Silver Sun Pickups Saturday at the Culture Room. I will be there. Santana and the Counting Crows at the Amalie Arena in Tampa on Sunday. And next Tuesday is the Red Hot Chili Peppers at the I Think Financial Theater. What this month? Oh, 21st of September. Oh, we got time. Okay. We got time. I've seen all those bands in concert, by the way. But I could go see them again. Three Doors Down and Creed, I love, man. I got no problem. Huh? Oh, Mammoth and Five Finger Death Punch or Finger 11? I don't know who Finger 11 is. I know Mammoth, obviously, because that's Halen's kid. And I've seen him also a couple times also. He does a good job. My wife just got us tickets for Father's Day. I'm going for Creed and Three Doors Down. I love those two, so I'm with you. Have you seen Three Doors Down or Creed in concert? They're good, man. They're good. They're good. I've seen Three Doors Down. I've seen Creed once. I've seen Three Doors Down twice. Yeah. Good shit. Let's see what else. By the way, remember you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Have we found out what Aaron Rodgers missed for? Because it was important to him, more important than practicing with the team. So I'm dying to find out what he missed for, because it was an unexcused absence. But remember, he doesn't want any distractions. I don't know if you've been watching or anything, if you saw any of it come across the wire since I've been talking for 2 hours. I don't know. If anybody saw it, please send me the link, because I'm dying to find out what the hell it is. So let's see what else. Many casual fans may not see how the Cats do all the little things right, from moving the puck quickly from their own zone to crisp and tip passes to taking the man always winning hockey. Yes. Their defense is relentless, bro. Their rotation is sick. They have a great feel for where everyone else is, man. It's really an outstanding team. Let's see. Jay Gelfin. Okay. Oh, what is the reason to not getting an extension? Maybe Grier wants to see. No. You can invent whatever you want. The Tua extension is practically done. Okay. All this stuff is not happening without the Tua extension not practically done. So it'll be announced soon. I'm not worried about it at all. You're worried about it because you don't want them to sign. So you need to create the drama for yourself. But everything going on already tells me that the Tua deal is practically done. There's no way you would have done all of this. Sign Waddle and your rookies and all that if you didn't have this deal pretty much done. So I think this is something it's going to be announced very soon. Big O, does the law firm cover the state of Florida? Yes, sir, Heriberto. You can call them. All right, call them 954-966-4646. One of our listeners in Orlando, Welton Rayom, took care of them big time. So you can check it out. So call him, bro. It doesn't matter. And ask for Jeff Welt and explain your case, and he'll tell you if you have a case, and they'll get you going. So yeah, anywhere in the state of Florida, call him, man. Big O, did you get a chance to see the YouTube interview with Bukele with the former Fox News broadcaster? What a superstar and young leader. Wish he was leading this country. We got bozos. Yeah. He gets it. You know, I look, man, the problem is with Bukele, it's a really complicated situation, right? I love these assholes that are out there because that's what I have to call them. Well, maybe some innocent people got caught up and this whole, sweeping of gangs and all that. And you know what? Yeah, innocent people probably did get caught up. By the way, I'm sorry, is Breonna Taylor innocent when she was sitting in her house and she got shot up? I'm just checking. I know, because last time I checked, innocent people get hurt all the time here in America, too. All the time. Every day. Every moment. So, let's see. You've got a country that is in complete chaos, like it is in Haiti right now, where the gangs are running like in parts of Mexico. So, you can't have that. What kind of a stance do you think you have to take? You have to take an incredibly hardline stance, and that's exactly what he did. And so I know that they're not back to like having total freedoms yet, because he does have still some limitations, but that's because he's still in the first few years of all of this. And you don't clean the shit up that was going on in El Salvador just like that. In fact, they just had recently, again, if you don't follow this kind of stuff, it's hard to, have these conversations with people at times if you don't understand what they're doing. But the other day, they had an issue where they thought there was some gang-related stuff in the neighborhood. Brother, they sent like 500 cops and like 1,000 military to that neighborhood to make sure that because it's still there. So they're working on that. Now you're working on your government was upside down. You were in the red, all of that. Your credit ratings was shit. Now your credit rating is, I think, better than the United States. I believe he just got rated up higher, either equal, because our ratings going down while their ratings are going up. Their reserves are well over $400 million now. So they're headed in the right direction because they keep adding Bitcoin, and they add a Bitcoin every single day. So he's cleaned up the country. Tourism is through the roof now. You can go there and safely walk around anywhere, right? So you have all of that going on. So it's interesting. You've increased revenue for your country. You've made it completely safe. And I still find assholes that are trying to complain about this guy. But I get it because he does have an authoritarian type of style still to it, because he does. I think his Twitter feed, can you look it up? I think he calls himself the cool dictator or something like that. So the word dictator doesn't really come off well. You know what I'm saying? But you can travel in and out of that country with no problem. I think there's close to 100 crypto companies that have moved into El Salvador. So, he's done everything possible to clean the place up. I mean, compared to where it was, it's a lot of countries. Venezuela could use Bukele. Haiti could use Bukele. I don't know if Milley's going to turn around Argentina, but if they don't, then I know he's thinking of doing all the stuff that Bukele did. But it's not an easy thing, man. It's not an easy thing to do that. To turn an entire country around like that. And so you can't complain about what he's doing, but the people that do, it's like, bro, you see where that place was and where it's at now? It's Bukele. It'll come up right away on your Twitter feed. It didn't? Huh? Maybe. Did he change it? Oh, he changed it. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let me see, because I follow him. So, yeah, Philosopher King. Yeah, he changed it. It used to be I'm the cool dictator. You see what I said, that the dictator thing doesn't come off right. So he's already taken that down. I did not know he took down the cool dictator thing. How about that? Yeah, he's done a phenomenal job. And he handles media. Wow. You hear him talk? My God, dude. He handles it like a freaking champ, man. You know, so yeah, I'm sure he's made mistakes. What do you think? You're going to run a country and you're not going to make mistakes? You know, but I think if you're from that country, living there or away, I think you're much more grateful at where you're at right now. That, you know, people can actually walk around and, man, we just had 2 Americans shot dead in Haiti and lit on fire. 2 missionaries that are there to help kids, and these gangs just killed them, shot them, and lit them up on fire. You know, that's the kind of stuff that needs to be dealt with a strong hand, and that's what Bukele did in El Salvador. I give him tons of credit. Let's see. Big O, I sent you an email to the Yahoo account that you might find interesting. Thank you, Brett. Appreciate you. He had to go to a cave off the coast of the Atlantic to eat shrooms and think of another way to outsmart the Jets. Big O, Tyreek's going to get a new deal, do you think? Do you listen to the show at all? At all? Do you listen to the show? Why would you ask me that question? Do you listen to the show? Did you ask me over and over if Flo was going to get fired? Did you ask me if Byron Jones was going to get cut 2 years before he was going to get cut? Or Tyreek or X-Men a year before? Did you question me when I said Christian Wilkins is gone last year? Just saying. I don't know. I love you all out there. Like, I'm the last guy you ask about waffling. That's not who I am. If I said something, that's it. You know? If something changes and there's information, then fine. But I haven't seen anything different. Never understand that. The track record is there, bro. It's like there. I do this all the time. It's nothing new. So why would I change? Yeah. And Wilkins was getting that extension too. And he's the heart and soul of the defense. You know? So I think did I waffle on Dalvin Cook? Did I waffle on Jonathan Taylor? How did all those things turn out? Was I right on all of them? I was not even wrong on one. Not one. I don't know, Shang Tu Sheng. I don't know if you're good at math, but check out my math. It's pretty fucking good. It's pretty good. I'm not perfect, but man, we're pretty close to 72 Dolphins. Pretty close. They're the only perfect ones. I'm not perfect, but when it comes to the Dolphins, man, I got to tell you, man. So, anyway. The Dolphins can't trade him because nobody wants him in a trade package. Trade who? Oh, Tyreek? Yeah, no, Tyreek is not. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Oh, Grier should trade him in the middle of the season for a boatload of picks. Yeah, that's not going to happen either. Yeah, he has a whole bunch of baggage. Nobody's going to give up anything. And plus, everybody's going to know that you're releasing him at the end of the year. I mean, look at all the planning you're doing already. I mean, most of you out there have been educated in and all that. Others, they're still on another path out there. I don't know. Flash flood warning in effect for this area until 4 p.m. Okay? That doesn't sound good, flash flood, by the way. Okay? All right, we are out of here. We thank all of you out there. By the way, it dipped to 69,000. It dropped like 600 right now. So we'll see what some people like. Okay, Powell's about to talk. Let me sell just in case. Just in case. So we'll see in about 15 minutes, 18 minutes where Powell takes it, and then you'll see what's going to end up happening. We thank David Dwork. We thank, of course, Herbie Lopez and the amazing people out here, Mr. Zinn, and the great support that they give us on the program. Sean Stanley, of course, who masters this platform every single day. Tomorrow, we are back. It's an afternoon show. We are at Hialeah Park at 3 o'clock. Friday, we'll be at Acura of Pembroke Pines. We thank you all. If you sent in a super chat, if you sent in a Cash App or Venmo at any time, Cash Big O Show. If you visited our merch department, which please visit our merch department and check it out. Appreciate all of you. We will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
There's a new sheriff in town at Toyota of Hollywood. Cash in your chips and get a great deal on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not 24,000, 17,975. Giddy up to the bank and get 2.99% financing on our most popular models. So mosey on down to our western town at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.